Hey, Richard. First of all, I presume you've seen the schedule that's been released. First of all, how nice is it to have a schedule? What are your impressions of it? And I guess how eager are you to start playing the game?
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I haven't seen the schedule. I just kind of show up and play basketball. So Pope was talking in practice about the teams that we're gonna play. So I'm from what I've heard, I'm really excited. I get to face the team the school I was just from pretty soon. So it's excited to go and see some of those guys again.
Richard, I'm curious what the energy is like in practice. You're obviously, competing for minutes, competing for playing time with other guys, but at the same time, you as a team, you're trying to make a special run here. Hopefully, come March. What's the energy like? What's practice been like so far this season?
Yeah, the competitiveness is always there, like you said. Like you're always kind of fighting for time, but like simultaneously, Pope has done an amazing job at telling everyone and get everyone to buy into the idea. It's like you need a team to win. You can score 40 on a terrible team and lose, and then nobody cares. So everyone in the gym is kind of like sitting there like realizing we need to win as a team. We need to do this as a team. And it just gets me so excited in practice because I'm starting to see how everyone can kind of come together and how we can be successful and how everyone's individual pieces are going to be amazing. Like Matt Harms came over here and immediately he's making a huge impact. He's got a great personality. He's immediately been like a kind of a leader on the team, helping guys, motivating them to get better. We have Kobe Lee, who has like the best quick shot you'll ever see. He's a very efficient player and he works his butt off on defense. Then we got like Gavin Baxter, who's a freak athlete, like one of the most athletic people I've ever met in my life. And just like as far as the bigs go, like that competitive nature, we see how everyone can contribute, and it just gets me so excited for these games.
Okay, let's take a question from Darnell Dixon and then Jeff Call.
Yeah, Rich, we asked Coach Pope about playing in front of maybe nobody to start the season. How does that affect you as a player? Not necessarily, because most players say, I don't really focus on that, I just focus on the game, but there will be times when you will notice there's nobody there. So how do you prepare for something like that?
Playing in front of nobody. Sorry, I don't think I understand quite.
Yeah, playing in front of nobody. I mean, there may be no fans in the stands.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I'm kind of used to it. Like Orem High, we had a good fan base, but at the same time, high school we didn't have like super crazy fans. And then like UVU is kind of like a developing school, and like we were starting to see a lot more fans come over before I left. So I'm kind of used to like a little bit less fans. Last year was special, being able like in the Gonzaga game where the arena's absolutely packed. So like I admit, there's times I feel a little bit like sad about it. It's just like, hey, we won't quite have that same environment. But at the same time, we're just like, hey, we got to go and compete. Like, we do a great job. Coach does a great job at getting the players to bring the energy on the court, like getting us to compete, and we bring that energy. We're loud from the bench. We're the ones bringing the energy into the game.
Jeff Call, did you have a question?
Yeah. I was wondering if you could describe maybe the progress and development that you've made since arriving on campus this past year plus.
Like development wise, oh man, we've done a lot. Like during my redshirt year, I put a lot of focus in developing like my body, my foot speed. Like I've always been like the bigger guy, kind of the bruiser. So I kind of put a focus in being able to develop my body and still be able to bruise, but at the same time being able to move my feet quicker, being able to be more explosive on defense, and then also like Coach Burgess has done an amazing job at like getting us to develop our offense abilities, our abilities to make quicks, make consistent post moves, and also being able to kick out to our guards because our guards are fantastic shooters. So that's the thing I'm really hyped about is just seeing the development of like my game, being able to do things on offense, be really like solid on defense, and at the same time being able to trust guards and kick it out so they can hit the three.
Hunter, do you have another question?
Yeah, Richard, what do you think the ceiling of this year's team? Last year we saw a team, that was poised for a March Madness run. A lot of talent left, but you also brought in some new faces, and then as well as guys like you are going to be eligible to play. What do you think the ceiling of this year's roster?
Man, I honestly feel like this team can go like just farther than last year's team. Like last year we didn't get to see, we kind of got gypped because of the corona situation. But like this team has like we have amazing chances, and I'm really excited. Like we got the huge pickup of having Matt Harms come over. Alex Barcelo has been working his butt off all in the offseason. He's going to be an amazing contributor. Like he's going to be like he's the leader of the team right now. and just watching all the guys individually, how much they developed and progressed, I think like sky's the limit with us.
Any other questions for Richard? Looks like we have one more. Tyler Gibb.
Richard, is there any ways, differences the way that Mark Pope goes about the business compared to your time at UVU to now at BYU?
Let's see. Could you repeat that again? Sorry, I'm just trying to.
Is there any differences in the way Mark Pope and Burgess and the staff goes about the business compared to your time from UVU now to BYU?
Not really. Like Pope's always been like one of those full on go. Like he's always been here. Like he's one of the first people. Like you'll rock up at 6 a.m. to get shots, and he's already there. You'll come back in the afternoon around like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and he's still there. He's always 100% going as hard as he can, and it really wears off on the players. So like as far as the things he does, the only biggest difference I've seen is just like the amount of resources BYU has is kind of the biggest difference, and how he's been able to focus a lot more on like the details in practice rather than like we're working on other outside stuff of basketball.